Hello students, welcome to history class 10th. This is our social science period, 10th class. Students, you were given the assignment in last class, that is this kind of assignment. How was the non-cooperation movement taken in the plantation? This assignment was given to you for completion. This is the video of solution of this assignment. Let us see the answer of first question. So students, go to your 36 number page of your book. Here Swaraj in plantation, where you can find the answer. Workers who were working in the fields and plantations in Assam, they were not having right to go to their homes. According to Inland Immigration Act of 1859, plantation workers were not allowed to go to their homes, leave tea gardens without permission. When they heard about non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers leave the authority, defy the authorities, and leave the plantation and start coming back to the homes. They thought that they believed that Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given their land in their villages. But they didn't reach their destination. Why? Because railways and steamers on strike and police caught them and brutally beaten them. They were sent back to plantations. In plantation, the people who were living in the plantation, they interpreted the term Swaraj in their own ways, imagining it to be the time when the suffering and troubles would be over. So on the name of Gandhiji, all these activities started. For example, when the tribals chanted Gandhiji's name and raised slogan demanding Swatantra, they were also emotionally relating to all Indian agitation. So all these things related to the plantation movement. When non-cooperation movement raised in plantation, these things happen. You can write down in the points. Next question is, explain the incident which forced Gandhiji to call off the non-cooperation movement. So students, you can find out this answer from the book. Here you can see the plantation workers were turning violent and the incident of Chora Chori, where agitated mob killed 22 policemen. They burnt alive in the police station, and some other reasons. That is, main reason was this movement was turning violent time to time. He felt the movement was turning violent in many places and Satyagraha needed to be properly trained before they would be ready to mass struggle. And some other leader tired of this kind of movement. That was why Gandhiji withdrew this movement. So this is the answer of next question. Next is, what was Simon Commission? Why was it opposed? So Simon Commission was under Sir John Simon. It was sent to India. Let us see the answer in the book. So student, on page number 38, Simon Commission. Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928. It was greeted with slogans "Go back Simon." All parties including Congress and Muslim League participated in demonstration. It was a statutory commission set under Sir John Simon. In response to the nationalist movement, the commission was to look into the functioning of constitutional system in India and suggest the changes. But the Simon Commission was opposed with "Go back Simon" slogans. Why? Because in this commission, it was decided to give a dominion status for India and for unspecified future, and a round table conference to discuss the future constitution. This did not satisfy the Congress leaders, and then radical leaders of Congress like Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru, they became assertive and they did not believe in British, and also in Simon Commission there was no Indian. That was why they opposed Simon Commission. Next question is, examine the significance of Lahore session of the Indian National Congress. Lahore session was very important for Indian National Congress because that was the first session where Congress and the leaders of Congress agreed upon the demand of full independence. So Purna Swaraj, the referendum, or you can say the agenda of full independence, was passed in this session. That is why this session is important. Lahore session is important. So here you can see the answer. In December 1929, presiding of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lahore Congress formalized the demand of Purna Swaraj for full independence for India. It was declared 26 January 1930 and would be celebrated as Independence Day, when people were to take a pledge to struggle for complete independence. So that is why this is the important session of Congress. Next is, what were the aim of civil disobedience movement? How far was the Congress successful in its objectives? So let us see the questions. Civil disobedience movement was started when SALT law was broken. It was not started easily, because Gandhiji sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin stating 11 demands, some of general interest, some others were specific demands of different classes, industrialists to peasants. So wide range of demands were written in this letter, but Gandhi's letter was not accepted by Irwin, stating that these demands were non-realistic. So Gandhiji took salt as the most powerful and essential item of food, which is under the government monopoly, and production of salt was banned. That was why Gandhiji took salt as a powerful symbol of nationalist movement. So all of you have done that. Gandhiji started this march, salt march, in this way. On 6th April, Gandhi, he broke salt law and started civil disobedience movement. This was starting of civil disobedience movement, where people enthusiastically participated in this movement, and in this movement all people of all races participated in this movement in this region. And Abdul Ghaffar Khan, which is also known as Frontier Gandhi, he was also actively participating and arrested in 1930. So this is the notion of, and you can say, objectives and functions of civil disobedience movement, which was launched by Gandhiji. It was stopped when Irwin wanted to talk to Gandhiji. On 5th March 1931, Gandhi-Irwin Pact signed, and this movement was stopped. So students, these were the 5 questions you have to do. Next assignment will be given you on tomorrow. Thank you.